and welcome to Mindful Mama. If you're new here, I'm your host, Mia, a 36-year-old single black mom, a full time college student, full time employee, and just navigating this wild world while having ADHD. If you're returning, welcome back. So glad to have you. Today, I want to talk about something that hits just a little deep. And when I say that, I'm talking about this idea of a strong black woman. You know the one that I'm talking about. The woman that carries it all, fixes it all, and never lets them see her sweat. But let's be real, that image, it's heavy, it's exhausting, and for a lot of us, it's hurting more than it's helping us. I kind of touched about this in my previous episodes. As young women and just young people in general, especially in the black community, we're taught to never cry, be strong, don't let them see you weak, learn how to handle it yourself. All the cliches that in the community we were just pretty much handed down from generation to generation on how to deal with life. And so we try. We carry motherhood, work, school, ADHD, relationships, family, all without a complaint because we feel like we have to. But then what happens? We get burnt out, we feel isolated, and we never seem to ask for help when we really need it. Now, I kind of want to talk about, how this shows up in my life. For me, I saw it in a way where I always refuse to ask for help. I refuse to say that I'm overwhelmed or I'm exhausted or I just don't have anything left in me. You seen me last week. Like, I was somewhat at a breaking point when it came down to just life and my mental health. But, I did have to talk to a few people just to let it out, to kind of get a little weight off of my shoulders. I rarely ever ask for help, with schoolwork or with my child. I am fortunate enough now that I do have the opportunity to have some weekends free, to do nothing or to go and be social or take care of, any little thing that I am not able to do during the week. It's like over the last, I think it's about a week and a half, I was under the weather. So I'm working through exhaustion. I'm working through sickness. I'm doing everything that I can to maintain my household and just try to hold it together because I know or was taught that that's something that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take care of what needs to be taken care of by myself with no help. As they say, I just kind of felt like I had to hold it all together. And when you sit there and you hold it all together, the thing that happens is that crash. The tears, the crash outs, the shutting down, the feeling that you're failing when it seems like everything around you is falling apart. This is something that a lot of single mothers, not even just black mothers, but just single mothers, even single parents have to deal with on a regular basis when you're pulled in so many different directions, when you have so many different things going on. Sometimes it can feel like you're in a losing battle. Like you're never going to see the surface. Basically, it's like, sometimes you'll get to a point where you're drowning. And aside from ADHD, just life in general, having mental health issues or feeling like you're alone, like that can be a lot within itself. Then you have to add on top life and children and work and school and so it's just so many things stacked on top of each other one after another, and you're just again supposed to hold it all together. You're supposed to roll with the punches and figure it out, sometimes by yourself. If you're lucky, you have a community that is able to be there to assist. Like I said, things over the last couple years have started to get better as far as my village, I should say. They have definitely came up together a lot more to to help me, and I'm greatly thankful. But I know there are people and there's women out there that don't have that luxury. They don't have that ability to be able to have that additional help. One thing on this journey of realizing that I don't have to be strong all the time is that resting is not a weakness. Asking for help is strength. And it's so crazy because somebody just had wrote that on a comment under one of my videos on Instagram, that asking for help is a strength. And it took me a minute to get to that point to be able to say, hey, listen, I can't do this by myself. Like, I need some type of help, some type of assistance in any way, shape, or form, whether it's from my son's dad or from my family, friends, or whomever. Like, it took me a minute to get to that point to be able to ask for that assistance. Also learned that my worth is not tied to how much I endure. Like, that doesn't define me, the things that I might go through or the struggles I might face. That's not what defines who I am. I'm also learning, and get your pen, get your paper, because you might want to jot this down, to say no, to set boundaries, to let people in. And I know, Lord, I know that as Black women, as single Black women, women who have went through different types of traumas in their life and are still healing, this is one of the hardest things that we deal with, is letting people in. But that throughout this journey, you have to be able to let people in, to be able to help you, to be able to be there for you and support you in any way, shape, or form. And I have to remind myself that my softness, my vulnerability, my humanity, those are very powerful too. Like, those speak volumes. And I think with the idea in people's minds that we have to be this strong Black woman all the time, like, we forget, like, we need love. Like, we need to be held and hugged and just put in a safe space. Like, we don't have to be so hard all the time. Like, we have to be able to let our walls down. And I know it's hard, but that stigma behind being the strong Black woman, is so many, like, there's so many directions that you can go within talking about a strong Black woman, that at the end of the day, like, every single one of us, no matter what background, no matter what trauma that we have experienced, we all still need that same thing. We all still need to be able to be soft, to be vulnerable, to feel normal. This episode is really not a super long one, and it's because, I just want us as women, us as Black women, to just reflect and remember that it's okay, that God has us and He is in control of everything that happens in our life. Like I've said before, this is a safe space. And not every time that I get here in this safe space am I going to talk your head off for 20, 30 minutes. I might just need to come and remind you that you are still important. Like, you still matter. And I know you have to take care of all these responsibilities. And I know that you have to take care of that child or children, whether it's by yourself, whether it's with help. I mean, at the end of the day, those are your kids. That's my child, But remember that it takes a village. You need to reach out for help, support groups, my inbox, my comments. And I want y'all to utilize that. Utilize the comments, utilize my DMs on Instagram. Make sure that y'all connect with me. If you've ever felt trapped by that strong Black woman label, just know I see you. You are not alone. We are in this together. Thank you for joining me today. I love coming on here and just speaking to you, even if it's just for a second, because somebody out there needs to hear this. If this resonated with you or to someone you think, it might help, share it with a sister, share it with a friend, a family member, share it with someone who just needed to hear that they don't have to carry that strong Black woman title by themselves. They are not alone. They are seen. I see you. We are in this together. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, comment down below if you're struggling this week. If you have any struggles, comment them down below. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Like I said last time, let's talk about it. Make sure that you guys connect with me on Instagram at Mindful Mama Podcast. As always, I thank you again for being here. Until next time, protect your peace. Give yourself permission to rest. And remember, you are enough. Y'all be blessed.